Apex started as Titanfall, one of the best movement games to ever exist, that people are still trying to replicate to this day, which makes it confusing to why it took 25 seasons to get a double jump in game. But that's not the point. If we look at the legend pick rates, Sparrow now has a lower pick rate than Ash. Ash is still the most picked legend at a 20% pick rate, and let's be honest, this is because of her dash. Mostly because it's powerful, but also because movement in Apex is fun. It just goes so well with the game, and the Apex engine was built for movement. And it isn't a coincidence that the last 3 legends have all had very good movement passives and are now some of the most picked legends in the game. No, Respawn are realizing that people enjoy movement in Apex, essentially the sequel to Titanfall. Crazy, right? Who would have guessed? And honestly, it's clear they do need to lean into movement a bit more. Respawn have said that they are going to be reworking underperforming and undervalued legends in the same essence to how Ash got a complete rework to her passive, giving her a dash, and it seems now they are aware that people want movement passives. There's an issue though. Respawn developers have already noted that they can't just give everybody an Ash dash, otherwise everybody will be dashing all over the place and the game will be really hard to pick up for new players. But also, I kind of see another problem. Giving every legend a movement ability or movement passive would be quite confusing as well, because you're going to have to calculate how so many legends are going to uniquely move around you. I personally think Respawn need to lean into giving us some sort of new universal movement. Much like how wall climbing and mantling is universal movement, I think we should get a little something on top. It's not some crazy big groundbreaking idea. Fortnite has already done this many times. They've introduced movement that they've kept in the game for a limited amount of time and then removed it, and then there are some other aspects of movement that Fortnite have just kept permanently because they work so well. So why can't Apex, the movement game, the little brother of Titanfall, do this? Especially when it's clear people really love movement in Apex. The first universal movement that comes to mind is maybe just give every legend the ability to wall run, although it seems Respawn is quite against wall running, as if you're not aware, when they were working on Revenant Reborn, they gave him a wall running passive and then removed it because they didn't like it and didn't like how it interacted with the maps. Apparently they tried it a second time on E-Districts, giving E-District special wall run areas, but also this didn't really work out. But honestly, if Respawn were to add a new universal movement mechanic that every legend can access and is pretty achievable by anybody who plays the game, I think they should kind of build off what the community already does. Wall jumping is in the game. It's a pretty easy skill to master, so why don't Respawn add a little boost after you do a successful wall jump, rewarding people who take the time to learn it and also giving everybody a new method of movement which can be chained with other movement methods. Or maybe they can add super glides into the game properly. Maybe they could make the timings for super glides a bit easier, and super glides give you a boost from your jump pack. So once again, you're actually rewarded for learning a movement method. Because currently, movement methods like super glides are really hard to do for the casual player. I would imagine only about 0.5% of players can do them. So if Respawn made them more accessible, more powerful, and an actual mechanic, not just essentially a quote-unquote glitch, people will be more encouraged to learn these methods and integrate them into their gameplay. Honestly, I'm not the game developer here. I just think it's crazy that Fortnite gets universal movement mechanics added every few seasons, and somehow the movement battle royale doesn't, despite showing clear love for any new movement mechanic that's added to the game, and clear dislikes for legends with redundant kits. I mean, this guy used to be on top of the world, and now he has a 0% pick rate. How is that real, by the way? 0% pick rate on Master and Predator level. But subscribe if you think Respawn should lean more into movement.